Good morning. How are you? Oh wait, let me do my intro. Hello, hello, hello. It is me, yours truly, and I'm back with another video. I hope everything is going well with you. I'm doing good, and I hope you're doing better. I don't take myself seriously sometimes because it's just, life be life is so much that I just can't. I just be sitting there like, girl, whatever. Boy, whatever. Like, whatever you want to do today. It's all a blur at this point. So, I stopped by to make a quick little video or whatever, to give an update. So, the people's panties are really in a bunch, and people are really, really mad because the sad thing about it is you can tell that people were not properly raised. They weren't raised properly at all. FYI, I might get interference because hoes be hating, and that's just how it go. But you can tell people were not raised properly. When we were younger, we were taught in the game to not be a sore loser. Like when you play the kickball game and your team loses, you don't go over and smack the person on the other team because they won and you didn't. Even when you think about like football, I remember like they changed the rules to where you can't do like end zone dances anymore. It used to be back in the day, back in football, they could they would do it like Terrell Owens would be like eating popcorn. They would do whatever dance was out. Whenever they got a touchdown, they would do the dance at the end of the zone. Whatever dance, I'll give it a stinking leg, whatever it was. Somebody was out there doing their thing whenever they hit a touchdown. But now I think you get fined for that, so you can't do it anymore. And I guess in a sense it's a good thing because it's almost like taunting the other side. In sportsmanship and in being a true winner, you don't taunt the loser because you understand that we've all had to lose to win. Okay, we've all had to experience failure in order to be a success in anything that we've done, big or small. So what I am realizing is that there are people that have not been properly raised, and don't understand the concept of when they've lost. when you've lost the battle, that you're never going to win the war. It's nothing ever is going to change with this situation. That there's nothing else that you can do that you haven't already done. And instead of you just accepting defeat, you want to continue to beat a dead horse. You want to continue to try to bully and traumatize and abuse me, thinking that that's going to somehow create a victory in this situation. And the sad thing about it is that y'all still out here playing this fake Christian shit, but you're still behind the scenes trying to orchestrate some type of demise in my life. You're still sitting here trying to cause problems instead of just leave well enough alone, just going about your business. Hey, she completed the program, she followed the rules, she mind her business, she don't bother nobody. Considering the stuff that I do see here and the things that people do, I'm actually real cool. I show up on time, I do my work, I mind my business, I stay out the way, and that is a problem for people who need to take advantage of you, who need for you to be the problem, because they don't ever want to look at themselves. They don't ever want to look at themselves as being the reason why things are the way they are. So a lot of times people are sore losers. That's why you come in and people want to bully and abuse you and traumatize you and take from you because they can't accept the fact that it's just like homegirl said the other day, it's you. You won, I win, and you lose, bitch. So why are you mad? Why are you upset? What happens to all the toe tapping and the soul singing? What happens to all of that? See, when you set a boundary, see, I noticed that when these group events happen, that's why I just stopped going because I've always known that they were setups. That they put people in position to come and just randomly talk to you like a weird ass handler. Like, I don't know. They set people up to ask you certain questions and say certain things to try to pull you. You know, well, what do you have going on? And how are things going? They're going. You get nothing from me. Like, I don't know right now that there are microphones and cameras in this room. So that's how they are able to know when I'm making videos. So then they'll come in and burst in or try to make certain comments or say certain things like, hey, we heard what you said. I don't give a fuck. I'll say it to your face. Like, you think I'm scared of you? I said what I said so you could hear it. Let's be clear. I said what I said so you could hear it. Because I know it ain't shit you can do to me, because if you could, I wouldn't still be here. Let's get that clear. See, all your reindeer games have just ran out because it don't mean shit. Like homegirl said, for a person to actually have a negative effect onto you, they have to be somebody, you have to care about somebody for them to hurt your feelings. And when you don't know people, you don't know who they are, you don't know where they come from, you don't know anything, but you just know you're being attacked, right? It really can't hurt you because it's like, who are you to me? Like, you're just some random person with no name and no face. I don't know you. So why should I be mad and upset from people I don't even know? But motherfuckers want to know me, though. That's the thing. And that's really why they're mad. Why are they mad? Because it's always worked. But see, God put you in positions and places to show people, hey, your game is tired, honey. You're wore out. You're through. It's over. Wait for the interruption, honey. She'll probably come here being loud for no reason, honey, because people need attention. That's another thing. People need attention. People don't feel seen. So, with that being said, I think it is very imperative that we learn from those around us. It's unfortunate that people have to engage in such behavior. Okay? It's unfortunate. However, it's always important that you take the high road. The high road is what keeps you safe. The high road is what keeps your hands clean. The high road is a beautiful place to be because most people can't get there. Most people they can't get there, darling. They can't. Like, it's too much. They got too much work to do on themselves. They do. said, there would be the interruption. You know, there's always distractions. You got to be prepared for distractions. You got to be prepared for things that try to throw you off your path. Because that's very important. That people will really try to throw you off your path. They will, make negative comments. They will say, mean things, do mean things. And it's just, I have come to accept that people that don't like you, they really love you. Truth be told, they really love you, but they just don't have the courage to tell you that. I truly feel that they really love you. They just got too much pride. See, we learned about that in our classes, pride and bitterness, how it hardens your heart, how it keeps you from bettering yourself and being a better person. Because when your heart is hardened, you can't let anything in or out. And that's unfortunate because it's a whole lot of life you could be living, but because of your own self-sabotage, you're keeping yourself blocked. And I think people think that they're hurting me, but it's like, girl, like, do you know how bright my future is? Do you know how many great things that I have to look forward to? You can't stop anything over here. I think people think they have more power than they really do. Or at least they want to pretend like they do. I think they want to have power and dominance and authority over your life, but girl, how? How, girl, how? How can you, how I think people want to have power plays. How, girl? You don't even have anywhere to stay. Like, you don't even have a place to live, but you worried about me. I've never understood it. These people here talk so much. They have so much to say. They're always sitting around in a circle talking like a bunch of witches in a circle, chanting and clucking and talking about nothing. And then you sit around and look, and ain't nobody got no money. Ain't nobody health getting better. Ain't nobody advancing. Ain't nobody doing nothing but sitting around talking and people watching and judging. That's what they do here. And then you think I'm going to show up to events and waste my time when I could be doing something more productive with my life and bettering my future. No, sir, no, ma'am. I won't be there. They wake up and they want to be petty, and I just don't have the time, girl. I can't live there. I can't. I'm gonna let you be petty by yourself, girl. I can't live there. I have things to do. And see, I really walk this righteous path, so I know God expects more of me. So as much as I would want to be petty and do tit for tat, I don't have the time. I just don't. I just don't know how to do it anymore. Because it don't put no money in my pocket. It doesn't make me a better person. It doesn't add anything to me. So I don't know how. I don't know how to do it. I don't. And there's so much I can say. Like, trust to believe. Like, I see a lot of people here, and there's so much I can say. Like, I can roast you down to the ground, girl. I can hurt your feelings. But I give you grace because I have shit to do. And I don't really care that much because I know I'm just passing through. I know this isn't forever, and more than likely, after I leave here, I'll never see you again. We don't run in the same circles, baby. We're not the same people. You're not going where I'm going. I know that for sure. And that's okay. We all got a path to walk, and that's fine. And I think some people may believe like that. Well, it's not really about what people believe. I just don't think they have an understanding of anything outside of what they know. And so when they meet somebody that's different, they judge that person for not being the same. And it's like, no, I'm not going to judge you because you're not the same. I'd rather applaud a person for being different than to being just like everybody else. I couldn't imagine. But since we have more ears here, I have to be conscious of what I say because people like to go and write grievances and, they need their voice to be heard. So you have to be conscious of people's feelings because most of the time people can't see themselves or they can see everybody else. It's unfortunate, but that's the type of environment that I'm in. So, what have you learned today, students? That winners never quit and quitters never win. Learn to lose with grace, man. Learn to move on with your life. Learn that. Don't be petty. Don't try to push other people down because it's not your turn. See, that's another thing. People don't understand when it's not your turn. You can't push people out of line. It's not your turn. And that's okay. We all have to wait our turn. Because usually when you cut in line, it never really lasts anyway. It don't. Whenever you got to lie, scheme, cheat, or do anything in a negative way to get something, usually it never lasts. That's based on my living experience. That may not be clinically proven, but based on my living experience, anybody that I have seen or even personal experience that do things in a nefarious way, in a negative way, in an underhanded way, usually get caught up at some point. It never really lasts. And then on top of that, you usually have to keep doing things in those type of ways to maintain the lie, the manipulation, the abuse, whatever it may be. So with that being said, choose wisely. Also understand your opponent. That's another thing. When you're in a game, I don't think people always understand the people that they are trying to compete with. Like they may see a person and have them pegged in their mind as oh, well, she's XYZ, but not realizing that person may know more than what you think they know. That person may be way more advanced than you realize. That's why I try to be quiet and just listen and observe. I don't talk too much because at this point in my life, I understand that I don't have a lot of room to talk. As I said, if you don't have a place to stay, if you don't have your own assets and ability to take care of yourself fully and by yourself and on your own, you should never open your mouth to talk about anybody. Period. If you don't have your affairs in order, you need to be quiet. You should never open your mouth to speak about what anybody else is doing, how they living, what they have, what they don't have. It should never come out of your mouth. Every day you should be working towards getting better. What are you doing for yourself? How can you be better? And that is the primary reason why I stay away from people. Because they're stagnant. And I think that's the difference between being in the West Coast and coming back to the South. I realize how slow it is. Like, people think, like, why are you walking so fast? I'm like, shit. Like, when you come from a place where your rent $3,000-$4,000, you don't really have time to talk to people. You don't have time to gossip and judge and worry about shit that don't matter. You got bills to pay. I think, like, the West Coast is very liberal. So people are kind of free spirited, and they don't worry about things that people worry about here. Like, people will take it personally if you don't speak to them. In the West Coast, people don't care. Like, you go to New York or California, people don't care. They don't expect that kind of shit because they got things to do. People have things to do. Like, people, your life doesn't revolve around other people. So I don't take it personal if somebody walk past me and don't say anything. I don't get mad because I've lived in an environment where you have millions of people. People have things to do. People don't know you. I know you personally. So I don't take offense if you don't say anything to me. That's okay. You don't owe me anything. And neither, like, yeah, it's common courtesy and I get Southern hospitality, but the world is bigger than the South. And I think people have a warped mentality. They have a warped view of life. And so when they meet somebody that don't move how they move, it's like, oh my God, like, no, that just means she different. That just means they are who they are. Either you can accept that person or you can leave them where they at. It's okay. The problem comes in is when you try to abuse people for being different. When you try to judge people and condemn them for them just being themselves. Like I say, I don't have that kind of time. I don't think people understand that we have an emotional body, right? Just like a physical body, we have an emotional body. To dislike somebody or to hate somebody, to have hatred, right? I hate you. Every time I see you, I hate your ass. Do you know how much space that takes up in your body to hate somebody? Like, oh my God, I just hate that person. Like, think of a racist. I hate those people. Do you know how much you have to carry within your spirit to hate somebody? Like, hatred is a mental illness. I don't think people realize that. Like, to carry that type of pain and disdain for people in your life every day of your life, that takes a toll on your spirit, and it shows up in every avenue of your life. I can't hold that kind of space with people that I don't know. Like, just random people, I'm just mad and I hate you. I mean, in this life, do you know how many people gonna piss you off? Do you know how many people are gonna make you mad or say things that make you uncomfortable or do things that are not right or treat you unfairly? And if you hold on to all of that, do you know how miserable you're going to be as an individual? Like, no, I don't have to, girl. I can't give you that kind of power over my life. I have stuff to do. I can't. Now, will it get on my nerves? It might. Will you annoy me? You might. I'm human. But as far as you taking up space, like me harboring that shit, Like the lady said the other day, oh, you must be mad at me. I was like, girl, I don't care that much. I don't care. It's something I had to learn to develop. I won't say I've always been that way, but it is something that I had to learn just not to care so much, because when you are overly emotionally invested in every situation, you're going to always leave with your feelings hurt. And people are going to go out of their way to hurt your feelings because they know you're emotionally invested. If you're emotionally imbalanced, then you make poor decisions. Poor decisions lead to bad habits and a variety of other things that can affect your life long term. And I just don't have the time to give people that I don't even know that kind of power. I just don't. So don't be a sore loser, man. Take care of yourself. Mind your business. And not just mind your business. Mind the business that pays you. Drink your water. Learn to make your anger expensive. I heard this lady say that. A lot of us get mad about stuff that's not even really worth our time. Like we'll get online and we'll see something. Maybe it's a political issue. Maybe it's like a social media something. And people will just be in the comments going off. Get mad. But I'm like, why? Like, it's not going to change more than likely. It doesn't truly affect your life. So why would I overly invest myself into something that really doesn't matter? And that's the same thing for people. People gonna talk, they're gonna judge. People are people. Understanding human nature will take you a long way. And the more that you understand that, the less expectations you have. The less you worry about the small stuff. It may take some practice. It takes practice. However, it all works out in due time. So with that being said, I hope this information has been useful to you. I hope that you continue to have a great rest of the day, and I plan on doing the same. Until next time.